Suraasa has been quite interesting for us, and in fact, there were many things that I've learned by being a part of this program. And I think, and it's fantastic that such a portal exists, because in this profession that we are in, we need people to promote teaching. We need educators to feel connected, to have a network, so that is dedicatedly for education. So I think that's a really good job on what Suraasa is doing. For me, PgCTL was more of a refresher,
Mm-hmm.
because as an IB student, all of these things that I'm learning, right, my teachers have been doing it, whether be it Bloom's taxonomy, or be it the game-based learning, be it how teaching strategy. So because when you're studying in an American system, right, a
Mm-hmm.
lot of things are very different from what we do in India,
Yeah.
and that's purely because of the fact that they have a wider variety of resources. India
Mm-hmm.
was a developing country for a very
Yeah.
long time, right? And that's probably the reason why it. But now the CBSE schools are much better. Compared to when I was studying in CBSE, that it has come a long way, and I
Mm-hmm.
think even the pandemic has really boosted that. So,
Yeah.
but the thing is that when it comes to the teaching strategies, PGCTL is a good way to sort of help me to recap those things that I had seen in my IB days. And even when I started my first job, because my first job was in Rajkot. I was teaching in Gujarat
Mm-hmm.
for 6 years, and I was teaching in a world in an IB school there. So what happened was that because it was an IB school, we had to learn these things.
Okay.
So we had taken some, because we were a Cambridge IB school, so we had workshops by Cambridge. We had IB workshops which taught us all these things. But obviously, when the way we learned it at PCTL was more hands-on, because
Okay.
because IB workshops and Cambridge workshops, they're good, they're short, they're the maximum 3 months, 2 months, and it's more to do with marking schemes and how to understand the syllabus. Whereas PGCTL was more about, okay, if this scenario happens, how do you deal with that? Or the videos that were there in the portal, it tells you each and everything. Every term is supported with an example, followed by, let's say, a short quiz. So it's good. And the beautiful part is that even after you're done with the course, it just stay with you. Because sometimes we forget things, and if you want to come
Yeah.
back to it, it's right there. It's nicely organized. Your assignments are right there. It's been checked. There has been given feedback. So even if you, because as a teacher, I always tell this to my students: you can't be a walking, talking encyclopedia, because at
Yeah.
every point you will need a reminder, right? Even I've been teaching history for so many years, but there are times where I have to go back and oh, I forgot about this fact. As a teacher, you're always learning, constantly learning. So PGCTL, I feel, in India is a very good uh, course, because a lot of us, what we learn in our conventional B.Ed, I mean, they
Mm-hmm.
are good, no doubt, but I'm sorry, but they're still not at par with the 21st century challenges, which I
Okay.
think PGCTL is nicely addressing those challenges, and it's actually bridging that gap. So even in my batch, there are a lot of people who are already, even I myself, I've had a B.Ed and I still did this, because
Okay.
somewhere I feel that, because if you want to get into international teaching, PGCTL is that one platform which will give you, so it will tell schools that, what, you have some kind of an international training.
Okay.
And I think, and I feel that way PGCTL is very, very helpful. I feel the way you prepare your candidates, the way the interview, the mock sessions are there, the I loved each and every instructor, all the sessions that I had, even though all of them were online. Sometimes online got boring, but despite that, I think I've learned a lot in terms of how to keep things interesting, because a lot of those sessions
Mm-hmm.
are online. So now, if tomorrow, God forbid, if there's a pandemic situation again, there are a few tips I borrowed from your instructors as well. How did they take the sessions? Because when we are getting taught, we also become like our students, and that's what.
Yeah.
And I realized that hands on. So I knew, and the way the instructors would navigate, circumvent around things, try to bring us back to the class. Be it turning the camera on, or be it like participating, or if sometimes it would happen that it would be on a Sunday in the afternoon, and people are like just not really in the mood to participate, then the teacher would somehow make the class so interesting, or throw in a surprise game or a surprise fact there, and I would just make things much easier.